What's going on, sports fans? Mr. SOS here.
And your boy D Jinx, what's going on?
As you can tell, something's a little different today. We are on location.
We are at my favorite place, Brewski's Sports Bar.
Yes, we are. Now, you may wonder, why y'all switching it up? Because we got to keep y'all fresh and always giving you the latest, greatest on updates on MLB, MMA, boxing,
NBA, what about that?
Yeah, whatever, and NFL. So we also are out here just in support of the IFL, which is a very good partner of ours. We love to cover their games. We brought you some of their information.
Man, hey, them dudes is my dudes, you understand? Them my family. So, hey, if you ain't caught the IFL yet, you're missing the treat, really.
It's good semi-pro, good football. But, hey, we going to go ahead on, wrap it up, catch you guys in a minute.
And remember, be a fan first.
What's going on, people? Well, today we got a good show for you. One, we're out at Brewski Sports Bar. It's home away from home, a place that we're trying to make more of a home than actually our regular homes.
Hey, man. Hey, people, I want you to know we're doing something a little different today. You know, we got the mic in here this time. We're not in our normal, comfortable surroundings. We're making it a little better for you, though.
Well, we're going to start off talking about that good NBA draft. Had some good moves, some solid trades happened. The Bucks made the first splash by getting Steven Jackson, Beno Udrih, and Sean Livingston. I think Livingston is more of a tag-along than an actual player.
Well, I mean, he's a couple years removed from his injury. So let's see what the guy can give us before we just throw him away. Because, I mean, we got him, so we might as well try and use him. I'm really liking Steven Jackson because to me, what you get in Jackson is a bigger, better Salmons and a more of a leader than Corey Maggette. So it's like you got one player and gave up two. You know what I'm saying? In more sense than one.
Right. And Udrih will be a solid backup for Brandon Jennings, and not to mention who knows what's going to happen as far as Brandon Jennings down the line. Another team that I thought made some solid moves.
Before you go ahead with that, it's like, you know, we was pretty successful with Luke Rittenauer. So I'm thinking, you know, maybe Udrih can fill that void that Rittenauer left. Because last year, you know, we struggled when Jennings would go out the game. And not only can Udrih distribute the ball, he can score.
Yeah, and I mean, Lil Earl Boykins just couldn't keep up with a lot of the players on defensively. Offensively, he wasn't bad. I mean, he could score, but he couldn't defend anybody at 4 foot nothing. Well, I mean,
but he's 77.
He said, come on, man, don't do my boy like that. But, all right, man, the draft happened, and shockingly enough, #1 pick was Kyrie Irving. I don't like that pick. I don't think he deserved to be #1.
I thought Williams should have went #1, but, I mean, I thought you liked Kyrie Irving because I thought you didn't like Williams.
No, I didn't say I didn't like Williams. I don't start that. Look, I don't like Kyrie Irving. I don't like Kyrie Irving. He played 11 games for Duke. What says that this dude is a #1 pick?
Them.
That's what I thought.
The mothership or whatever you want to call them. I don't agree with that, man. I don't believe in taking point guards #1 first and foremost anyway. But that being said, you know, I'm going to move on a little bit down the line into something that I know is a touchy subject for you, is how many foreign players were took in this draft, man. You know, at what point do we say to our NCAA counterparts that stop letting these dudes do this one and done, man? I know it's freedom of choice and all that, blase, skippy, whoop-de-whoop. Man, give me at least 2 years of college so we can start, you know, taking back our game, man, because it's getting out of hand.
Now, look, I'm going to tell you my stand on this. This is a little self-stand for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm handling this right now. International players being in the draft, I don't like it. For one, a lot of these players are already in pro leagues. So how are you drafting a pro player from a pro league? A draft is supposed to be for college players. If they want to be drafted, have them come over and go to a college. Have them show what they got to us. We shouldn't even have to wait on them. Then a lot of these players are already within pro contracts. We got to buy out their contracts so they can come play here. Forget all that. And half the time it don't pan out. What, Dirk? Cool. Yao? He can't stay on the court. You're dealing with a lot of international players who are unproven because they're not playing against the top talent. There's no doubt in my mind that I think the top talent is in the United States of America. They're not playing that. And most of those pro leagues over there, they got so many different levels that a lot of people don't even understand that they're not all in the same league. It's a Euro game, and you're dealing with a lot of young players that you're waiting 4 and 5 years to turn about. Look at the Ricky Rubio situation. Don't nobody even know if he's going to work out. They drafted him, and now he's averaging 6 points a game. You tell me, is that worth it?
That being said, man, the pros over there are, to me, mediocre at best because they're playing a different game than what we play.
Exactly.
And that's the way the league is turning. But that being said, I don't like that. Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Jump shooting 7-footers, Euro steps, you know what I'm saying? Just so happened we got one guy in Dwayne Wade that has, perfected the Euro step. But other than that, it is what it is, though. Now, with Ricky Rubio's situation, I think they should take him lower in the draft. Or, like you said, have a separate draft for him. You know what I'm saying? Free agency, that's cool. But our guys should be our guys. Our draft should be our draft. And make these guys go to school for 2 years, you know what I'm saying, so they can learn and prove themselves again, like you said, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, you know what I'm saying? We're at Brewskis. You're watching the Seth on Sports Show. And I agree with you. They should either be taken lower, have their own separate round, or their own separate draft completely. But you know what? All that aside, my favorite pick of the draft, or who I think will make a good impact, I did actually like Williams going to Minnesota. I know me and you had a little gripe about it. I do think he'll be a good player. That front court really got to upgrade, as well as Nolan Smith being taken from Duke going to Portland. I like that because, if Roy continues to come off the bench and Roy even gets back to 70% of who he was, having Nolan starting with Matthews, that's a young backcourt.
Not to mention that they just picked up Raymond Felton. So that gives, with Andre Miller, you was kind of slowing it down almost. Felton is going to push the ball. And I think Portland plays better when they push the ball, being as though, they have Aldridge, who's long and athletic and does what he does. The question mark for Portland will be Odom, so that's neither here nor there. But the pick I like Kantner. I really do. And he's the one European player that's coming over that I think could make an impact.
He did try to do it right, though. He was supposed to come over and play here. I don't know what went wrong with that.
That situation, that was a kind of sticky situation.
But he did try.
He did try. So that being said, too, man, I didn't like the Bucks pick. I got a buddy of mine who loved the Bucks pick, and that was John Lure from Wisconsin. Just something about tall, jump shooting white guys. Sorry. I don't know.
As far as that go, the one on the upside to Lure, to me, I honestly think he's a good matchup problem. I think he'll just be a matchup problem. But the draft is the draft. If you want to check out more, look on SethOnSports.net. We'll have a full analysis for you. But we'll be right back. About to take a break. Maybe even go and get something to drink. Again, we're out here at Brewskis, man. See you in a minute. And we're back. What's going on, sports fans? How y'all doing, man? Now we are going to switch it up a little bit. We got to talk about this MLB. I know y'all ain't heard a lot from the MLB from me. I apologize. But, hey, we're ready to talk about it now. Y'all know how fast the MLB move, man. It's changed like I change draws. Every day is something new. Or 2 days.
Please refrain from telling the public about your draws.
Whatever. Anyway, so let's start off by saying, first off, Philly's hot. Philly's hot. Philly's hot. They're the best team in the league right now.
They got the biggest lead out of everybody, all the division leaders. I mean, they up 5 games. And I think right now maybe Ryan Howard could be the midseason MVP.
He could be, but I don't think that's why they're winning. Their pitching is amazing. They're playing great defense. It's not that they're outscoring people. It's more so that they're just not letting other people score. A lot of the games have been low. Like Ryan Howard's getting on base. He's making things happen. But when you're talking about why they're winning, you got to go with that pitching.
I mean, of course, you can't win in this league without pitching. San Francisco Giants won the World Series last year on pitching. I mean, I bet you couldn't name, off the top of your head, one single batter other than, Buster Posey from San Francisco. That being said, you still have to put runs on the board, and Ryan Howard, along with that crew, with Utley and Rollins, is putting a little, giving them just enough to win. We knew when they made that trade that they was gonna be, their pitching staff was gonna be the best in the league.
Well, Philly's top dog right now. They're on top of the hill. Let's talk about the Central, NL Central. You're dealing with the Brewers, Cardinals, the Pujols Cardinals. You got Pittsburgh still in striking distance. The Brewers slipped a little bit. They had the lead, but Cardinals caught back up with them.
Well, let America know that we're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We are Brewer fans, first and foremost. So if we sound a little biased, y'all know why. And now, with that being said, bleep the Cubs. Now, and notice he didn't say the Cubs in striking distance. So, but yeah, man, the Central is always close. Cincinnati is right there, and I think most of the prognosticators chose them to win the division. But hey, man, with Greinke coming around and Gallardo starting to find his groove a little bit, and hey, man, Prince Fielder right now was on fire, and we got one of the best 1-2 punches in Ryan Braun and Prince Fielder. Ricky Weeks has finally found his swing, and he's not making as many mistakes in the outfield. So man, hey man, we I think the Brewers can hold it out. You know what I'm saying? We hit a rough patch, you know what I'm saying, with this interleague play, and I think St. Louis is catching the pass because their schedule was real easy.
Yeah, we did run into some top dogs. We ran into the Rays and the Red Sox actually back to back, and and speaking of the Red Sox, they're running their division. They're running their division. The bad news for the Red Sox has always been that they're in the same division as the Yankees. That has always been their Achilles heel.
Oh, let me stop you. I believe that it's 2-1 in the last couple of years with World Series championships, bro. So no, the Yankees is in the league with the Red Sox. Don't never forget that.
My bad. By the way, before we get away from Milwaukee too much, shout out to Brewskis, which is where we at right now. I thought with a name like Brewskis, you gotta know we love the Brewers. But Yankees, that's true. That's true. The Yankees, that's true about the Yankees. But like I said, man, I think with both teams, and it's both teams, it's a problem. I mean, because I honestly wish one of them would move, because it's like you're if you're the Red Sox and you're in the lead, you're worried about the Yankees. If you're the Yankees in the lead, you're worried about the Red Sox.
Did you just cut me off?
Kinda.
This is the dynamic of Cell Phone Sports. That being said, the Yankees seem...
Back to what I was saying. So let's move on to another league. Who we got coming up now?
This is what goes on behind the cameras. But that being said, man, the Yankees seem a little lost to me. To me, the captain is he's off a little bit and he's out. He's on the 15th day, and they lost, man. You know what I'm saying? Without Jeter being that guy, that catalyst, they don't seem the same, man. They still got a lot of talent. They still got CC, but that pitching staff is beat up. Jabba Chamberlain ain't what, they thought he was going to turn out to be. So, the Yankees is in limbo to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, this year it seems like so far in the MLB we had a lot of storylines break out too. Pujols getting hurt, Riggleman, the Dodgers, they're being owned by the league right now. I think Riggleman was a huge story because he left the Nationals due to a contract issue. It was one of those things where I think it depends on how you look at it. He was either in the right or in the wrong.
I think once again, me and Seth, disagree on this. I think Riggleman was in the right. I've gave you blood, sweat, and tears. I know we started off slow, but you got me in a bind where you won't guarantee or give me my extension. And you see the teams winning. You know what I'm saying? You brought up the point that, okay, if they just got above 500, but suppose we go on a 10-game loser streak. I mean, that's possible in anything. But, man, give me the stability of knowing that I'm your guy. Give me that stability. It eases me at night. It helps me coach the team better. You know what I'm saying? And also it gives the players more confidence in me because right now you got me in a lame duck situation.
Very true, and like I said, to me it was just one of those things where I think it depends on how you look at it. That's a major story. I mean, be looking for updates on at SethOnSports.net, as well as following me on Twitter at SethOnSports. I'll be doing live updates for you whenever something breaks with that story. Follow my man at BigRock_24. He's on there. He likes to talk a lot about basketball. I talk more so about everything, but hit him up with any questions you may have about anything, because he'll talk with you about anything just like I will. I think going in, kind of moving on from baseball, stay tuned in baseball. Baseball is really hot this year. Right now it's a time where baseball is really all we got. So remember, stay tuned. I'll be doing more Twitter updates. Remember, that's at SethOnSports. I think right now a huge story going on is the World Cup Women's World Cup. I don't really have much to say about it because a lot of things haven't jumped off with it. They were dominant in their qualifying round.
Well, I mean, shout out to the women, because I love women. But the men also, one step away from accomplishing their goal. We got Mexico on home soil, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I'm really excited about that, man. Landon Donovan is my guy. He's one of the few soccer players that I do follow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just real ecstatic, man, that we're almost there. I don't think we're there yet, as with the other countries.
As far as men?
Yeah. As far as the men, women, we're kind of,
Women, USA, bring that home.
I want to see another Brittany Chastain moment. Yeah, that was awesome. Now, but like I said, man, I think we're getting there, man. And if all you can ask for is progress, a lot of people want instant gratification, and that's not always possible. When you're trying to get to the top of the mountain, man, you got to remember, man, there's rocks that you got to climb.
Yep, and they're definitely climbing a few rocks and trying to get to that top of the mountain. But like I said, man, today we actually going to go cover an IFL game again. Have some more of that footage up for you later. So just wrapping things up, you know what I'm saying? Check us out at SethOnSports.net. I'm on Twitter at SethOnSports.
I'm at BigRock_24.
Well, sports fans, it's been another day. Remember, we're on location here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Brewski Sports Bar.
Name of that, where we are again?
We're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at Brewski Sports Bar today. And actually, we'll be back here tonight after we go do some coverage for this IFL game. So if you want to come on down, have some drinks with us, check us out.
For all y'all that don't know, Milwaukee is not farms and haystacks. I got a lot of that. A guy hit me up on Twitter and told me, so what y'all got up there? Just a bunch of beer and cheese? No, we kick it up here, man. Just so y'all know. All right, sports fans, we out of here.
Well, see y'all in a minute. Always remember, be a fan first.